Hey guys, what's up? This is Kyle here. I want to make a video on a discussion I want to talk about, and that is, could Bobby Roode, the current TNA World Champion, can Bobby Roode be the World Champion all the way until October, Bound for Glory? Could we possibly see that? And I think so. I don't see Bobby Roode losing the championship anytime soon other than Bound for Glory. Bobby Roode has been the champion since, I think, November 3rd or something like that. But November. And then just last week, he's now claimed as the longest reigning champion in TNA. Bobby has been on a fantastic run as a heel. I've made the statements before. I've made the statements in saying the best world champion they've had since AJ Styles. To me, so from November leading up to now, Bobby Roode has had some really good matches. He's feuded and pretty much beaten all the top TNA talent from Bobby Roode, RVD, not Bobby Roode, Mr. Anderson, that's the man I was thinking of. Mr. Anderson, Jeff Hardy, Sting, James Storms, Rob Van Dam, AJ Styles, and the list just goes on of some of the top contenders he's beaten in that company. And even going and looking forward, their next pay-per-view coming up June 10th, which is like in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, I still cannot see anybody taking the belt off of Bobby Roode other than James Storms. Now, how I see it going down is I could possibly see a James Storms versus Bobby Roode rematch, or match number 2, at Bound for Glory. Right now, James Storms is, recovering from his injuries and, concussions and stuff from and injuries he's had from lockdown. He's still recovering from. I still think that it's money in the Bobby Roode James Storms feud. I think there's still money in that. I think there's still interest in that because I think people still want, Bobby Roode to get his and get what's coming to him. And there's no other better person to, get what's coming to him or give him what's coming to him than James Storms, because after all, Bobby was the one who screwed and turned on his best friend to become the world champion anyway. So James Storms hasn't gotten his big payoff and his big revenge, on Bobby and regaining the world title. So until James Storms recovers, I could possibly still see Bobby Roode, going into October, and James Storms could be better, before October, Bound for Glory. But I could just kind of see still Bobby Roode holding on to the championship belt until Bound for Glory. And I also kind of thought about it too. What better way or angle to set it up where last year Bobby was destined to win at the biggest pay-per-view of the year. He didn't do it. This year, he walks in as the champion, but he loses the title at the biggest pay-per-view to his former best friend, the guy he turned on, James Storm. Just to think about that type of psyche, that mindset, that thought, I think could make for some interesting storytelling. If you look at it that way, from Bobby, like I said, at the biggest pay-per-view last year, he was destined to win it. He didn't. This year at the biggest pay-per-view, he walks in as the champion, but he loses it to his best friend, a guy former best friend, guy he screwed over in James Storms. And it's a big payoff for James Storms because it's like, hey, remember when you were destined to win at the big pay-per-view, win the world title? Or guess what? I won. I won the big one at the biggest pay-per-view that you were destined to win last year, but didn't. And that'd just be a big payoff for James Storms of winning or regaining, winning as well as regaining the world championship from this friend that screwed him over at the biggest pay-per-view of the year, Bound for Glory. So I just think with that aspect of it, I think that'd be pretty interesting. So just a discussion. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you want to make a response video, I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts and takes on it. If you make a response video from this, and that is, do you think Bobby Roode, could you see Bobby Roode, going forward, Already he's the longest reigning world champion in TNA history. Can you see him going forward into Bound for Glory as the world champion and face James Storms a second time and losing to James Storms and the whole scenario how to set up and how that might play out? What do you guys think about that? Your thoughts on that? And then, like I said, honestly, if you think about it, James Storms really didn't lose to Bobby, at Lockdown. I mean, he lost the match, but it was more of like he beat himself type of like thing. He kicked Bobby in the face. Accidentally, Bobby failed outside of the cage, making Bobby the winner. So it was like James Storms only beat himself. He didn't beat Bobby. So, Bobby hadn't got what was coming to him still yet from James Storms. That's taking the belt from him. So, taking all this, the things I've taken into consideration, all the things I've said in this video, let me know what you guys think about this topic. Like I said, leave your thoughts in the box below, and if you make a response video, I'd love to see it. Comment, subscribe. Peace.